It's a positive seed. Manifestation is based on what you believe. Outcome depends on how the situation perceived. And ain't no limit to what the power of the mind can achieve. Keep it going, never stopping, never slowing.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tribe 11 Podcast. Devin here, along with Nick, and here's another workout podcast. I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. But we want to touch base back on it is what it is means there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do right this second to change that. It is what it is. Let it be. For me, when something happens, or I'll give you for an example, like back in like college and stuff, when everyone would be stressing out about midterms and essays due and all that kind of stuff, and then they'd be like, "Are you worried about the test?" I was like, "No." And they'd be like, "Well, why not? It's a huge thing." I was like, "Well, because it is what it is. Like, there's nothing I can do at this point to change what I know. Like, why stress about it? I'm gonna go into the test, or I'm gonna go into whatever I'm about to do stressed out, then I'm not gonna be able to perform to at least the best of my capabilities at that point." I think it's huge that you realize that nothing is gonna be 100% in your control, that you need to realize and let go of that control factor a little bit. Adapt with what comes, whether it's good, whether it's bad, and keep moving forward. Live your life as it comes. If you're focused on trying to have the perfect day or trying to start a business or get to your goal with fitness and stuff, and you're waiting until the perfect time, it's never going to be the perfect time. You know, Nick and I cross fires and everything daily with the business. Whether it is with the business or with, you know, life and personal stuff, there's always something. You're never going to have a scotch-free day on, you know, that. So the best thing to do is just have your structure, which is essentially an outline. It's not, this is exactly how my day has to go.
Nothing is perfect. Meaning, if a certain thing doesn't go exactly how we want it, and that can be in a broad spectrum of how your day goes, how you plan to go about your day, what you're going to eat in a day, how work goes, how your test goes, how school goes, how anything, how your boyfriend or girlfriend, anybody, your mom, your dad responds to a certain thing that you are, you know, or waiting on them on. If it's something that it doesn't go our way, we tend to automatically react or shut down, which is normal, but it is something upon us to train ourselves mentally and emotionally and physically as well, to be able to stop for a second and think if it's something that is in our control. Because if it's not, well, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to, you know, let it ruin the rest of your day, ruin the rest of your plan? I would assume not, and I definitely hope not for everybody. You got to keep going.
I mean, that's the thing, is like, it's not, if there's nothing you can do about it right this second, like there's no phone calls you can make, there's no emails you can send, texts, or actions that you can take right this second to do what you need to do or to change the outcome of whatever the event is, then it's like, why stress on it? Why spend time worrying about it? Like, there's so many other things in the day that you could be doing than spending that excess time worrying about whatever it is. Like, you'll get to that and you'll be able to cross that bridge when you get there. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on the workout you're doing, focus on the exercise you're doing, focus on the task or even the job that you're doing. Focus on what you need to focus on at that moment. The other things will come throughout the day. Like, it's inevitable. But one of the things I've heard over the years too is you shouldn't spend more than 5 minutes on something that's not going to affect you in 5 years. If it's not that big of a deal, it might seem like a huge deal right now, but if it's not going to really make a huge difference on your results or, you know, something in the long term, it's like, why stress on it? Like, there's so many things that are coming throughout the day that you're going to stress about. Like, your cortisol levels are going to jump up. Like, it's just like, come on, breathe.
Yeah.
Like, take a breath, relax, woosah.
Yeah, you don't know how many woosahs we got to go through, but
Bad Boys 2 reference.
But alongside with that, meaning, key word to me is adaptation. when the certain thing, situation or whatnot doesn't go exactly how we plan and we face those obstacles, next question, what are you going to do about it? What is the next move? Because point being, you got to move. You can't just stay still and like pout and like what? They'll like to say this thing, grab a tissue, wipe your tears. Because that's exactly what it is. What, are you going to sit in a corner and cry about it? No. Okay, so you think smart. What's the next thing you got to do? And you keep moving. You go. You adapt. And that literally is applicable to everything and anything, especially when it comes to your health and fitness. There are so many variables that you can't even imagine when it comes to each individual, to your diet, to your nutrition, to your workout, that if you allow yourself to get defeated or mentally or start thinking negatively in any little thing that gets thrown your way, it's going to be a lot tougher on you instead of training yourself mentally to think, all right, so this certain thing is not working, or this isn't really going the way that it should be or how I planned it to be. What do I need to adjust? What do I need to do next? Right.
Yeah. And the things that are worrisome can also be like outside, influences, such as people, friends, family. The thing is that once you start to succeed a little bit in whatever you're doing, whatever your goal has been, and you've been talking about it, and you've been telling people that you're going to do this, all of a sudden you start showing a little success, and everyone that was no, you can't do that, or no, you'll never get there kind of person, all of a sudden wants to be your best friend, or all of a sudden they start trying to pull you down, So it's like, I don't know if you ever heard the saying like crabs in a bucket, but when one crab starts trying to crawl out of the bucket, all of a sudden the next crab next to them tries to climb out with them, in turn pulling that crab down, and it becomes a little frenzy, and then no crabs get out of the bucket,
right?
And now they become dinner.
Right. That's, nobody wants to be more successful. Exactly, nobody wants to be dinner. But nobody wants you to be more successful than them, if that makes sense, And I mean, it's just the truth. And it's crazy that most people may not notice it. It comes in the most bizarre way. They'll compliment you when you start, especially when it comes to, health and fitness or anything, that they'll be like, oh man, you look good, you look great, what have you been doing? And they'll want to try to find out like the details of what you're doing and like why it's working. And you're like, oh, okay, they're interested and all that good stuff. But lo and behold, actually, in the back of their mind, they're asking for a certain reason. I'm not saying that's everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's everybody.
They're trying to find something that they can try to tear down. Some
Right.
people, you just gotta be careful who you tell, your stuff to. Like the things that you really care about, the things that you're trying to get to, your goals, your accomplishments. Like you want to tell people that actually truly, genuinely care for you and care about you. What people don't realize that when you start to tear someone down and they start to succeed, and then all of a sudden you're talking to them negatively, whether it's to their face or to another person, giving excuses why they're doing it and why they're successful and why you're not, you're telling yourself that you can't do that. You're telling yourself subconsciously that you're not able and capable to do that. You're trying to put them down, but in reality, you're putting yourself down. And if you were to basically give praise to success and root for other people on that are succeeding, even if they are your competition, like you don't need to be helping them, but you're not down talking them or downplaying them. Like you're like, man, that's sick, great job, and you genuinely mean it. Like you're telling yourself, like, look, it's possible. I value that success. I think it is a good thing to be that successful, right? Or I think it is good that X, lost X amount of weight. The things you tell others and the things that you think, it starts to become your actions, it starts to become your habits, and it starts to become the way that your life starts to revolve. So if you're a dark thinking person and you're negative about everything, well, guarantee a lot of the experience that you're going to have throughout the day and that month or that year are going to be negative, and then you're going to think that it's because of your situation when it's not. Like you put yourself there mentally.
Like manifestation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to, the manifestation thing, my perspective on that is it starts with you. If you are having those negative thoughts in a way about anything, about somebody, about a certain thing that they do that you don't like, so on, whatever, it's because deep down there is something that you don't like or that bothers you that starts from yourself. I personally think that.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? And it is something natural that we do as humans, that when that happens, you tend to bring out that negativity to other people, which is bad. Best way to change it, through habit, good habits. Whenever I catch myself thinking negative thoughts about somebody else, about something else, and I try to assess it real quick, like, okay, why would I think that way? And is this something within myself that I'm thinking like that? I'm thinking in a negative aspect, and I try to turn it around. Turn it around meaning like I start to reinforce positive thoughts. What can I change? What can I control?
And if you're judging people when you're hating on others and you're doing it when they're not even telling you their accomplishments and their results, that means you're spending more time like actually watching them than going to do the same actions yourself. Like for me, when people ask, oh, have you seen, what so-and-so is doing? Honestly, I haven't. Like, I wish nothing but success for them, but honestly, I just haven't, because I don't focus on everyone else, and that's my competition. I just focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't downplay them. I don't wish anything negative against them. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to be watching you and rooting in your corner either, right? But if you do something and I do see it, like, yo, that's awesome. Keep it up. Like, I've shot people text before, like, yo, I saw X, Y, and Z. Like, bro, that's sick. Like, keep it up. That's it. Like, it doesn't need to extend past that. All of a sudden, we'll see that they keep to themselves, or they'll tell others and try to spread it. And it's like, bro, just shut up, put your head down, and get to work.
The successful, or the people that are on the right track, don't worry about what other people are doing. You know why? Because it's exactly that. They're not worried about what anybody else is doing. They're concentrated on where they're going, what they're supposed to do, what they want to do, and that is 150% full throttle. What they're putting their effort, mentality, everything in, and that's how it should be. You know what I mean? It's like that horse vision that they call it.
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision. Like you can't. You're not trying to look anything outside. Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like that's how it should be.
I mean, if you're honestly if your goals are as big as they should be, like there's too many things in the day that you could be doing to get to those goals that you shouldn't have enough time to be watching someone else get to their goals and hate on them. Right. So it just comes down to like prioritize your time, prioritize your energy and your vibes per se, and focus on what you need to do.
My last thoughts on that too is you don't know what that person or what those people have been through. You don't know what 100%. They're going through. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know. You could be thinking a certain way like, oh, I'm hating on them because like they have this, and this, and I have this and this. But I've gone through this. It's like, who cares? Who cares? You guys live different lives. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what that person is mentally thinking, what they've been through. Like, who are you to judge other people? I
mean, even if you've gone through the same things as certain people, it's like everyone reacts to situations and deals with it differently. Mm-hmm. And it's not fair for you to be like, oh, I did that, or that happened to me too, and then, but I'm here, or I did this, or, it's like, well, everyone handles it differently. But we're going to finish our workout, and we'll catch up with you guys soon. Thanks, guys.
Later.